So I had a thought come up. Um, there's been a lot of things that I've been thinking about the past couple days, really, past couple weeks, and I'm having like a lot of realizations about the world lately, I guess. And I'm having this really powerful, like, drive to delve back deep into, I guess, type of awareness or awakening. I don't know. I had this, what I would call an awakening conversation with my cousin, long time ago. We talked about the state of the world, how things are, and there was a lot that I realized about life, like what it is, how people act, call it energy, whatever. But I kind of started forming my actions towards what I was really wanting to, what I felt like my drive and my actions being honed around important things and spiritual things, stuff of that nature. And anyway, I just got back from a hunting trip. The hunting trip was amazing, although I was not prepared physically for it, so I ended up backing out before I planned to. But I made another decision when I backed out to go to one of my favorite festivals, and I needed that, honestly. It wasn't my time to take an elk, but I don't know, something that I'm kind of remembering is, and there's so much that's like coming at me. It's not it's not feeling like coincidence, but I stepped away from technology for the most part over the past like week and a half, and I needed that. And there's been a lot happening in the world. I'm not going to get into that, but one thing that I'm desiring to get back into is, how do I explain it? Confidence and competence. And I've sort of made other little videos about it a couple weeks ago, but the ability to hone in and focus on something, get to the point where you can truly understand what's going on. I may not have like the in-depth, complete understanding of something, but one skill that I do have is whenever I get excited about something, or certain projects, for instance, or hobbies that I have, is that I get very hyper fixated on them, and I try to understand them from the inside out. Now, that does not make me an expert in anything, but say mechanics, for instance. Many people don't understand how to work on a car, or they might be afraid to, everything kind of stems from a fear of failure. So say if your car breaks down, many people don't have the capacity to figure out what's going wrong and understand all of the dynamics around that failure, and to kind of diagnose the true issue of what's going on and what's failing, and the ability to fix it. Even if something is simple. There's multiple examples in my life that I've heard about people say, I don't know, like say an alternator, this is just an example, I guess, but say an alternator goes out, or even on old cars or trucks or whatever, say the starter sticks, like the thing that pops out and then rotates on the starter, it'll stick. And they think that, you know, even for me, like sometimes you think that, like, say, oh, you go and you turn your key, and you don't hear a click, that's a solenoid not operating properly. But sometimes it's maybe not even failed, it's just sticking. So you just get under there, you literally tap on it with a hammer or some hard object, you go back in, and you starts right up. You know, things like that. If somebody gets into a situation, let's just say, you know, things are stressful in the world and you're going through, you know, whatever in your everyday life, and something stops on you, even if it's something extremely simple, it'll overwhelm you. You know, it could be like the straw breaking the camel's back in terms of emotion, and you're just done, like, fuck it, you know, and you let it go. This goes for anything aside from mechanics, but just in general, there is, what I'm noticing is there is a level of ignorance, and that's not to put anybody down, because ignorance is what you don't know, and nobody should technically be at fault for that. But the thing that differentiates certain people from others is, if you're ignorant of something and you realize that you're ignorant of something, the best course of action, in my opinion, if it's important, is to figure out what you're ignorant about and learn about it. Educate yourself. Because, like, for me, I am not, I mean, I could be. I guess I've chosen not to be, really, and this stems from me being in school and stuff, but I'm not hugely academically gifted. Like, there's a difference between having knowledge and wisdom. And I'm realizing that in today's world, again, I'm not putting anybody down, but there's a lot of people that have just given up. There's people that have a lot of knowledge about their field, their careers, but they don't hold the wisdom to be able to either care or do their job properly. And then on top of that, there's also, like, people that think that they know everything about a field that they have never delved into before. I have been guilty of this, but anyway, I think we're getting to a point in society, every society, not just America, but everywhere, where we're going to have to start learning how to do things ourselves. And if you can't, then you're going to have to give up a lot, and I mean a lot, for somebody else to be able to do it for you. And, you know, when we talk about money can provide a lot of things, but when money isn't worth as much as what we perceive it to be worth, money sort of becomes useless. I'm talking about physical dollars. I'm not talking about, like, currency, because there are different forms of currency. You know, back when we traded things for tasks or whatever, useful things, not just, you know, knickknacks and stuff. But I think this is why I have had a desire to learn about primitive technologies, why I've been brought around mechanics early in life, you know, why I started delving into finance. Like, I don't know, it's just having a grasp on my immediate reality, which I think a lot of people are sort of giving up on in a way, and delegating, trying to come up with forms of currency to delegate tasks to other people when they could do it themselves. I think that creates a form of complacency. I have been guilty of that lately. I'm trying to get out of complacency. I'm trying to learn to take action. Yeah, but anyway, I think we as a society need to learn how to become more competent through action and through the desire of understanding, even if it's difficult. And I think that would make everybody's lives easier in the long run, because it's getting to the point where even the experts are not going to do what they should be doing, what their job entitles them to do. I think we need to start learning difficult things, or actually simple things. It's just going to be hard work. But yeah, I'm having a major shift towards the things that I really desire to do, things that I think are really important. And what I'm seeing in society is just running through doing things that really aren't important anymore. It's been happening for a very long time. Since I was younger, I started realizing this stuff in my awakening conversation. When I was around 17 is when I started to realize it. But out of that, I had created judgments of the world. And I'm, over the past, I would say 5 years, I've been relearning those judgments. And I'd put aside my skills, and I'm gaining my skills again. So, but anyway, a long rant, but learning competence and needing to understand the depths of how something works, why it works, knowing what fails and how to find the failure, how to fix the failure. Yeah, I think that these are all important skills, whether in any field, in any job, in any hobby. That's how things happen. Somebody finds a problem and they create a solution to it. And I think we're creating a lot of problems that were never problems to begin with, and that's why a lot of these jobs or careers are just, they're pointless. But really, it's just creating a problem and monetizing a solution. I think that's where we're at in society, and I think that's about to fall apart. So anyway, long video, but thank you for watching.